Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be working on Roxy's Weekly Challenge, week 32. I've written it down. Just for a moment I couldn't remember which week we're on. So this week she's continuing work on the fabric sample things that she did a couple of weeks ago that I didn't actually do myself because I didn't really understand the purpose of what she was making, but I thought I will give it a go this week and see how I get on. I think it looks quite fun to do, and I can see how I could use these smaller ones rather than the really big ones that she did on the full-size documents. So I've got a whole pile of ephemera here that I've already torn out from various kits, a few from Rachel's kit, one of her own ephemera kits. Most of them I think are from a kit I have by Rachel and Bella Crafts, which is Welsh vintage ephemera. Maybe one or two from Paper Outpost, just a little mixture. So I've got those, all different sizes, different shades of beige. I've even got a pink one here. So I've got those. I've got a box full of little bits of fabric I've pulled out that I thought would look nice, that I perhaps haven't used much. I could do something with. I've got another little box with some pretty laces to add on there because I would like to put those on, as I do like lace in my journals. I've got a pile of papers. I don't have vintage wallpapers or even digitals of those. I just haven't got them. So I've got my Florentine papers and I've got my William Morris papers kit from Shabby Dabby Doodah because I really love them and I think they will work just as well. So that's where I'm at. That's what I've got to use. Let's see how I get on. And start small. We'll start with this little one here. Apparently it's a retailer's sugar ticket, whatever that means. So I'm just going to, I think this just needs something small. So let's just start with a piece of fabric and take it from there. I'm going to try using my Yoo-hoo stick to glue the fabrics. I've done them as a temporary gluing and then I've sewn over them, but Rachel was using her glue stick and apparently Pritt Stick works, so I thought, well, maybe Yoo-hoo works as well, and if it doesn't, I'll put some art glitter glue on afterwards if it doesn't take. So what can I start with? I've got a nice piece. Got this nice piece of fabric here, which is a little bit of William Morris. And you will know I love a bit of William Morris. So I'm just wondering, as if it's about saving fabric samples that you like. This is as good as any. I have a few of these. So I might just put that on there. I think she didn't glue them all straight away, and then you've got a chance to change them if you change your mind or want to add something. So I'll put that aside. And we're started. So this is from the Welsh ephemera kit. I've just realised I haven't torn it terribly well, so I'm just going to tidy it up at the side there. I did tear some of these, I think quite late on, maybe Friday evening, so I clearly wasn't really seeing what I was doing very well. And let's see, should we start with have a little bit of paper? Let's go for a bit of Florentine paper with this and then see what fabric I can put with it. I love the Florentine papers, so let's choose a really pretty one that I really like and perhaps haven't used before. Maybe a piece of this. Yeah, get my ruler. Right, let's just, I don't know, tear a piece off and try and find a nice piece of fabric to go with it. I'm really at a bit, not struggling exactly, but I'm finding this a little bit more difficult to quite visualise what I'm doing. I feel that Rachel had a clear vision of what she'd seen that inspired her to make these, but I'm not really sharing that vision, so I'm really finding it a little difficult to kind of just know where I'm going with these and what I want, what the look I'm going for really. So I'm kind of just making it up as I go along and hope there's something I can use at the end. So let's find something pretty to use to go with it. Isn't that? No. I've got a nice little selection of fabrics that I really like. I wonder if that piece would work. Yeah, it's sharing her vision of what she wants, what she was trying to achieve, that I'm struggling with a little bit, but I'm happy to give it a go. So would that go on there? I might try that, see how it looks when I pick it up again. I do, of course, want to try and do something with a bit of an autumn flavour to it. Because my feeling is that they could just embellish a page. That's kind of how I'm imagining these might get used. I think this is a bit big, but I like the colour, so I'll just tear that off. Could use that piece separately. Yeah, so that's my theory, is that if I'm going to use these, they're going to have to go as a page embellishment. I think that would work for me. I've just made it worse, so I'm just going to trim it with my scissors just to try and tidy this up a little bit, because it's a bit skew-biffy. Son can't make up his mind up this morning. When I got up, it was really dreary and a bit miserable, and I thought, oh, it's going to be another typical summer's day in this country. But the sun's coming out, it's brightening up. So I'll probably end up getting changed, because I'm going to get too hot in these long sleeves. But as we're going over to my younger daughter's this afternoon, they've invited us around for lunch. That will be, well, not for lunch actually. We were going for a little visit, and she said, we'll stay for dinner. So I thought, well, can't say no to that. So we're going to go for dinner, so I want to get changed anyway. So I don't know whether to go for something that's a bit too neutral. I do love this. This is a piece of, I don't know what you'd call it really. It's very fine little piece of fabric, and I think that might be quite nice as a background piece. Not sure. Might try putting that with something. Let's have a look at the papers. I have some William Morris that have got the colours that I'm working with on the autumn. And perhaps not the yellow, but I do love this piece. I have this. It's a bit bright, isn't it? And I like that one. That's quite sort of leafy and autumny looking. It's got a slight greenish tone to it. I really like it, but I don't know how it'll go with the colours that I'm working with. So maybe I might come back and do, those two actually look quite good together. Maybe I'll do something like that, I don't know. But she doesn't really put two papers together, does she? So I don't know whether to go rogue and not use fabrics on one of them, or use two pieces of paper and a piece of fabric. I don't know. So I'm just going to take a piece of this and see what I can find to go with it. So I've got loads of these papers, but they're, a lot of them aren't scraps yet because I haven't used them yet. So I don't have a problem with making scraps out of full-size pieces, because then once I've started them, I can just use them on everything, can't I then? And I will cut a small piece, tear a small piece, and let's see what we got. What we've got is a funny little bit down there, which I would like to try and tidy up. There we go. So let's put a piece on that side. Now, what can I find? I don't think this is going to work with it, as it turns out, but maybe on something else. Too much pink. piece of this. Oh, what about a piece of that? Too much? Maybe a little piece? Yeah. I might take a little piece of that. Will it tear? Always a question. Nope. I think the answer is no. No. Nope, nope, nope. It's okay. It soon frays up a little bit anyway, so I'm not worrying about tearing it really. So how about that, like that? Okay, we'll go with that. This one, again, I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller, not a lot. Take that off. And let's see. Love this. It's so pretty. I think it's a sort of patchworky, kind of looks a bit patchworky on the actual fabric, but I really love it. So, will it tear? It's a bit bigger. Yep, it will. I think I might just take that little piece off as well. Just leave myself with the little red flowers, whatever they are, but they're very pretty. So I've got those, and I would like to put something else with it, but whether I want to go for another red, I've got the red ticking. Well, it's kind of a reddish pinky colour. Let's see if I can put them together. Got my eye on a couple of other options, but if it looks too much the same. Yeah, didn't quite cut that right. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to put those together. You need a bit of a contrast really, don't you, with these? So let's see what else I can use. That's a proper bit of vintage. That's maybe that bit. No. Got this. Yeah, I'm going to put those together. I think I may have put these together before. I just love that combination. Okay, what else are we doing? I got this little tiny one here. So maybe do a little piece of, let's get out some Florentine papers again. Oh, what do I picked out a couple of papers. This is one of the, I think this is Roxy Creations sampler kit. And I did wonder about using one of these bits. There's a little one there that might go on here quite well. I'll have a little look. Just came across this piece, and I think it's from the sampler kit because I can't think where else it would have been on. I've had that kit quite a long while and I've never used these little bits. I'm assuming that's where it's from. Yeah, let's try it. So yeah, I'm filming this on Sunday, so I say we're going to Hannah and George's this evening. Yesterday I had a lovely trip to Norwich, which is way over in Norfolk. It's quite a fair old drive, but I didn't drive it all. I drove the first half hour to my friend, and I went with two of my friends to visit our other friend who lives in Norfolk, who you've heard me talk about many times. She's the friend I went on holiday to Jersey with, who moved out to Norfolk quite a few years ago now. But we do go there quite often to visit her and her husband, for weekends. But this time, our other two friends and I all went together so the four of us could get together. It was lovely. We've known each other since our children, well, almost before our children were born. I think Wendy and I, the one in Norfolk, we met before our girls. We had our girls, and the other two all about the same sort of time. So we've known each other for 35 years plus, probably. And we just, you know, we I wouldn't say we grew up together, but we were pretty young when we met, and we're now all grandmothers. We all have girls. It's funny, there's four of us, and between us we have 10 girls, not a boy. But now we're all having grandsons. There's quite a few grandsons, but not so many granddaughters. Right, what do I need? A little piece to go with this. This is nice, I like that. Yeah, so we had a lovely time. So I went to Linda, who's our friend who was doing the driving, because she doesn't mind. I wouldn't fancy it. But then, and our other friend Kate drove up as well. So we don't really, we all used to live really close to each other on the same street, and then we all, bit by bit, we all moved away, except for the one who still lives down there. So, yeah, so Linda is the one kind of in the middle now of the three of us, so we went to hers. Does that work? Not sure. Back piece of that. It's a bit bright, isn't it? Maybe this. Don't know. Yeah, so anyway, off we went about 9 o'clock yesterday, and we met up with Wendy. Got there about 11:30. Had a really nice time. Went for lunch. We didn't stop talking for hours. Went and had some lovely lunch. Oh yeah, she had them falling off the. Yeah, I think I'm going with that piece. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, what else have we got? Quite like this. This is a slightly bigger piece. I need to trim it a bit. I can see now how I didn't do a terribly good job with some of these, not when I was trimming them. Yeah, it was a lovely day, because, as I say, the four of us don't get to meet up very often. I meet the other two that still live this way. We meet up a bit every 4 or 5 weeks and have lunch and catch up. And each of us at different times have been down to visit Wendy in Norfolk. We all go down at different times, and we've all, you know, so individually they've met up, but the four of us to get together, it's not a very frequent occurrence, so we really enjoyed it. So I've got this really pretty fabric. I don't know whether that goes on there. Would it go better on something like this, maybe? Yeah. What else have I got over here? Oh, that's a bit big, isn't it? Yeah, maybe this one. How many have I got like that? Or maybe I'll do it on the smaller one and just do this one piece. No, I'll make that a bit smaller still. Where are we? Get this off. Yes, I think it's my month for seeing all my oldest friends, because during the week I've got my lovely friend Faye coming for lunch, and we've known each other for 20 plus years because we work together. And then next weekend I've got another, my even older, even longer friend, who was one of my bridesmaids. And we worked together many years ago in the very early 80s. And we've been friends since then, so that's a fair old while too. Yeah, and she's coming next weekend, so yeah, it's a lovely month for seeing all my besties. Just wondering what to put with that. I'm looking at some of these William Morris papers that I have. Wondering if any of these would work. Wondering a bit of this pale blue. No, maybe it's not quite enough colour. Wondering if I put that with it. That go? Don't know. It's kind of a bit of a contrast. pink. Maybe I'll try a bit of this. I'm just experimenting. You can tell I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it, really. I haven't got a clue. But I'll glue them together in a minute, and then. But I don't know what I'm going to do with them, all of them. But I've just put them aside and try and use them. I was thinking you could probably embellish use them on a journal card, maybe on a tag. You could decorate anything with them. Pockets. They're a bit like clusters, really. This is how I'm viewing them. That may not be the intention of them. I think that's how I'm choosing to view them, as a different type of cluster. So more bits may get added if I can think of other kind of embellishments to put on. But I guess we can interpret these things however we like, really. Okay. Took a little while, but I got there in the end. Got my little piece. See if it goes now. I've done this. Yeah, I like that. I don't know. I just like those two together. So that's what I'm going with. What's this one? It's got a slightly greenish tone to it. So let's see what we've got. I also pulled this piece out. This is another fabric sample-y thingy, I think. Don't know if that will go on here. The colour may not work, but I'm going to just tear this piece off. As you can see, the background is an old piece of, I don't know, linen or something like that. Sort of a kind of beigey linen that's been embroidered on by the looks of it. Would that work on here? It might work on one of the others. Could try it on this pink piece, because it's got a bit of pink in it and I quite like that. Too big though. So let's just tear this down a little, put it on the pink and see where it takes us. So that bit maybe for another piece. So I quite like that on there. And maybe what we got. So I'm going to put this, I think, on here with something. Is that too matchy-matchy? I think I may have used this piece already. Or have I? No, maybe not. It's really almost the same colour as the background, isn't it? Pretty though. Okay. I think I want that hanging down there a little bit. Put that like that maybe. Like that. Go on then, I'll go with that. And have to start gluing these together before they all start separating. I won't know what went with what. Right, this is a really pretty piece. I'm not sure where it came from. Is it going to tear? Nope. Maybe I just haven't cut enough to get hold of it properly. Am I going to be able to tear this piece? Oh yeah, eventually. A bit of a weird shape, but it's pretty. It's really pretty fabric. Oh, maybe I'll put a bit of lace with this one. Forgot about the lace, didn't I? Got this gorgeous piece of vintage lace. Maybe I'll go with that. I think these scissors are getting a little bit blunt. I'm alright for most things, but if it's a little bit thick, now, I only really want a little bit, don't I? Hate cutting this beautiful pattern up really, but I just can't fit it all on. So I'll have to put a piece on another one, won't I? So maybe I'll do a bit of that. Just have that hanging down a fraction like that. Or maybe I should turn it around. Oh, could have it off the side. There, couldn't I? And then have this. It's a bit of a weird shape at the bottom here. I think I need to straighten it up a little bit. No, I'm reluctant to get rid of all these nice fluffy bits of fraying. I like a bit of fraying. Okay, there we are. I'll pop that there, I think. Okay, do we want any other little tiny pieces just to finish it off? A little tiny piece of this, I'm just wondering. Not too much? Yes, it is. Okay, I'll leave it be. This might be a bit big. I'll tell you what, I'll tear a bit off the end so it's not quite so out of proportion. Okay, that one is done. Right, I've got this small piece that needs tidying up. I think when I've done this one I might glue them and see how they look. Okay, I want to put this, I think I'd like this one on here. I think I'll tear that, just keep this nice green diamond, I think, like that. Don't know why, I just do. Put that on there. And we'll go for the bit of red ticking, I think. Just there like that. Yep, that's that piece. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing, and as I glue I might add bits if I feel they need a little extra something. So I've still got lace over there that I haven't really used much of, and I do love it. Alright, so I think we'll go a piece of this. Let's see how well it glues with the Yoo-hoo. Is this the new one? I think this is the old one. I've got a new one on standby. Oh no, that's the new one. That's on standby. And this is the one I've been using. So I'm just going to I think I'll put the glue on here. Just have that hanging off the bottom a little bit. And then we'll put this piece on. Okay, just there I think. There we are. This first one. There, just get some of these bits out of my way. Right. Okay, let's put this glue on here. Oop. And then, whoops. This might be a revelation that I can use this to actually properly glue down bits of fabric, but I'm not sure whether it'll work. Fabric to lace, I don't know whether that'll go. Maybe just to make sure, I'll add a bit of art glitter glue under here. You have to make sure, because I don't think these two are working well together. Where did I put my pin? There it is. Yeah, liking that. I'm wondering whether I need a little piece of, maybe a little piece of paper over here in this corner. Let's see if I've got a little bit that might work. Let's go for the William Morris paper, just because it's got such a wide range of colours. I might find something that works, or I might not. I was wondering about a bit of this. Is that going to go in there? What have I got? Got that bit. That might go. I know it's not all about matching and stuff, but I like things to be pleasing on the eye. And if they're too clashy, my eye says no thank you. So I think we only need a little bit, but I'll tear a strip and then we can use it for other things. It's really pretty, this one. Gorgeous colour. And the thing is, you know, even if you don't like them all, there's so many in this kit. You're going to find some you love, some you quite like, and others you're not so keen on, but plenty to work with either way. Can I get this up now? It's stuck so well. Ooh, that stuck really well. Would that go under there? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that underneath that bit of fabric as because I really like it. That there. And then I'm going to just put a bit more glue under here, which seems to stick quite well. We'll find out in the fullness of time. We'll find out how well those are stuck. So that's that one. Okay, and this nice little pink one I really like. Okay, let's put this way. Right, so they're all glued down. You can see I did this extra little piece off to the side here. So now I feel like I've got a little area here that needs something. They've all, quite a few of them have a feeling they need a little something extra. So I thought I'd have a look in my book. When Rachel was doing hers, she added her Italian ladies to quite a few, but she'd obviously printed them off in a smaller size, and all of mine are way too big. But I do have some of these Shabby Dabby Doodah vintage ladies, and I think actually that one is going to go quite nicely right there. I just need to make it a touch smaller. Oops. And I'll put that one there, I think. And it just kind of, because it just looks a bit odd like that, but I think if you just put a little something there, it just kind of finishes it. But I will need to ink around it, and I apologise for taking the time to do that, but it's not going to take a moment. It's only very small, but it needs it. It needs that edge to make it stand out from the background. And then we'll just glue him on, glue them on, the ladies. Let's hope all of this this glue stick holds all this lot together. So I might see if I've got any more I can add these to, but I love that. Love, love, love. There we go. Just goes beautifully. Looks like it's a sample of her dress that you've got there close up, because it could almost be that design in the middle there. I don't know if you could see, so it's like a big spot, but it could be this. So, and her dress could be these bits, you know. It's a bit fanciful, but why not? I think that's the idea of it. They're meant to be some sort of sampler, fabric samplers. Right, so let's see if I've got any more that might work, and if I've got another piece. So I've got this one, and this one's taking my eye. And there's some pinks and sort of greeny blues in there. So whether that's going to go there, or could it be that way around? That would look nice. Again, I think I need to just, I'm just going to tear it across and hope I don't mess it up. I might do the same at the top actually, if I can. Getting a bit risky. Okay. Oh gosh, now I've done the two, top and bottom. I feel like I need to do the sides as well. I may have messed this up. Might have been better to leave well alone. We will see. Otherwise I'll have to find another one, or the bigger version of this, and see if that works. If this looks awful, or if I've made it too small now. Right, what are you all doing on there? Okay, so could that go there? Maybe like that. Like that. I do like the colours together. I think that works. Just a case of whether this looks better down here. Kind of in the middle. Okay, let's get it on. I think I'm just hoping, you know, just going for it and hope it looks okay when it's on. Probably made it a little smaller than it should have been, but I'm going with it. Across that way, like that. And then we've got a piece to go down the side of a page. Love it. Love the colours in this. Oh yes, this is fun. Let's see if I've got a little one to go on there. I don't know if I've got any other little ones. I might have. Might have something else I can use, you know, from a different kit. Well, I do have a few got to be lady really, hasn't it? It's got to be a lady. What have I got here? She might be a bit big. She's a little bit big. Got her, but could make her a bit smaller. See if I've got anything else. It's small enough to go on there. Mostly you need bigger ones, don't you? But every now and again you need a small thing. These are all big. Got her. Quite like her on there. She's probably the only one that will fit, is she? They're just too big. Let's see. I think she's covering up too much fabric. I'll try making her a bit smaller. The alternative, of course, is I go away and reprint the Italian ladies small enough to use on here. But I don't always want to use exactly the same things as Rachel, even though I love her kits. But I always feel if I use her things on her challenges, I'm just doing exactly the same as her. And I want to do my own thing a bit. I think she might work on there. She could wear that colour. She's the right vintage, maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to go with that one, I think. How are we doing for time? Well, we're kind of there on the time, so I'll see if there's any. I don't know if there'll be any more I'm going to have time to do. But I have enjoyed this more than I expected, I must say. And I'm quite liking these ones with the little finishing touches with the ladies, with their samples of their fabrics. Maybe she'll go on a slightly bigger one. This is my autumn one, and so I'm going to have to do something different with that because I'm not using ladies in my autumn journals, am I? So I'll have to think of another place for her, maybe. I mean, they're not all going to want any finishing things on them. They're not all going to be appropriate to have something on them. So I think that might be it for today. No, she's not. She's not going to work. So I shall put her back in my book and call it a day. I'll have a think about what I can put on here to finish this off. Maybe I'll just go and have a look in my autumn ephemera, find something to go on here, and I'll come back a moment. Right, so I've been playing around with a whole bunch of little bits of ephemera here, but I think I've come up with a combination that I'm happy with. I didn't want it to dominate the fabrics. These are the star of the show on this, but I just wanted it to bring in the autumn theme a little bit. So I'm going for the little bird because I like the colour of him, and I thought he could just pop there, and then this little brown bow just up there, and I'm going to tuck this behind the bird. So I'm going to put this on first so I get that in the right place. And I'm just going to tuck this little label behind here like that, and then put him on. glue him gently so I don't tear him. So let's put him. No, I don't really want. I was going to cover up the number, not the number, but the word number. Just have it coming down to there, and then just to finish off that awkward corner, put this little bow on. I quite like the big orange bow as well. That also looked quite good. I like that as an option, but I decided that the little bird was just a little bit, I don't know, I just decided he looked better on there. Not really any reason particularly. But then once I had the orange bow on, there wasn't really room for anything else, and I thought I'd just put a couple of little other bits on there and just finish it off. So that's my little autumn one. I'm quite happy with that. So that can go in my autumn journal, which is coming along. But I will want to be doing some other things in between. I'm not going to be doing just autumn morning, noon and night, so I'll be doing a few other bits in between. I'm starting to think about I might start on another journal shortly. I'm kind of thinking about what I want to do, just to mix things up a bit. You know me, I don't really like to do one project and just do that all the time. I like to mix and match a little bit, keep us all interested, you and me. So I'm not sure yet, but I'm working towards starting a new project just to run alongside the autumn one. Okay, so that one's done, and so we'll just review. Sorry, I just caught them with my sticky fingers. Pop these away in my little box of autumny bits. I mean, these are all ones I cut out last time when I did the autumn book, and I've still got so many bits left over. I've hardly had to cut anything else out. I'm still using them. So they've been great. So that's my autumn one. And then I've got my governess. I did think, oh no, I can't stop now. I know Rachel has been the same, but I wanted to put a little bit of lace on here. I just thought she needed a little bit of lace just to cheer her up. She looks a bit solemn. So I thought I might just put a little piece of, it's a bit too much. Little piece of delicate lace just up there. I think that's going to go on. So I apologise if this video is now veering into the overrun situation, because I can't stop myself. Just keep embellishing, which is, I guess, not surprising, but considering I was struggling with this whole project to start with, certainly I'm finding it a lot more. Oops, a little bit too far over. Don't want to cover her poor face. There we are. Just a little bit of lace on there as well. So that's that one. And so, try and keep a clear desk. I'm trying to, but I'm not very good at it. I like to start clear and I like to carry on being clear, but I just get carried away and have stuff everywhere. And then I've got this one with my ladies from Shabba Dabba Doodah. I really love that. And then we have this one, and I love that even more. Really like how that works. And I've got these ones that are just the samples as they are, and I still love them. I like that one. I've turned that one around a bit. That's got that little, you can go that way or that way. Doesn't matter, whichever way it goes on there. This will probably need a little something extra when I decide what I want to do with it. This is a little cute one. I think this one goes this way, like that. That might need a little something extra, but it'll have to be something small, because it's not, you know, these take up most of the paper anyway. And then I have this one. So that was my Roxy's Weekly Challenge, week 32. And I think they're fabric sample embellishments. So yeah, I think I've got a nice little collection here. Be tempting to just keep going, but I'm going to stop because I don't really know quite yet where I'm going to use them. Well, I'm beginning to get some ideas, and I can always make more, can't I? So thank you for joining me once again. Thank you for subscribing. If you've subscribed to me recently, I think as at the time of recording, I'm just a hair under 800, which is unbelievable. So yeah, thank you very much for subscribing, joining me, watching me, and commenting. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now.